Robbie Bacon, Associate Editor of Ride Apart, here in Cyprus for the launch of Triumph's Trident 800. Now, when Triumph announced the Trident 800, I was a little bit sad because I knew they were doing away with the Street 77765R, which is my personal bike. So yeah, a little bit of a personal attack on me, I felt, but I have to be here and objective as a journalist. And objectively, I can say this bike is great, because essentially what Triumph were doing over the last few years was making the Street R and Street S further and further apart. One becoming more sport and track focused and one becoming more road focused. But it just didn't make sense to have two almost exact same platforms becoming further and further stretched in their abilities. Enter the Trident 800 and a more road focused machine again, but that does not mean it cannot get down. The highlight for me is this 800cc, or rather 798cc triple that is taken straight out of the Tiger Sport 800. This thing, when you compare it to the Street 77765, it has so much more meat, or at least it feels like it does. Down low, mid-range, right the way up to maybe 8,000 RPM. It is, you know, it really wants to pick up the wheel. Not that that happened today, but if it did happen, it would happen a lot in first gear and second gear very easily. And when we're talking power, we're talking about 113 horsepower and in and around 62 pound-feet of torque. It puts it in the mix with the competitors. The MT09, the Z700, the F900R, puts it in the mix. But what separates this bike from that lineup is its style. It might seem like a weird thing to say because many of the bikes in that lineup are aggressively styled, almost polarizing. And Triumph, instead of, I would say, competing with that, has gone the other way and made a very Triumph motorcycle, a classy bike. It hasn't gone the whole way down the retro route, but you take a look at the front headlight, it's got the now kind of Triumph classic circular LED, lovely daytime running light. Everything from the shape of the tank being a little bit more burly. It gives it more of a roadster feel, like a classic roadster feel, rather than competing with like, yeah, the cyborgs that are out there in this category. If you weren't sure about what came as standard on the bike, I wouldn't be looking at this bike because it has a fly screen, has a belly pan, nice gold rims. These things are not usually things that will come as standard on a bike, but they are standard on the Trident 800. And they make the look. Like if you were to take away the fly screen, take away the belly pan, okay, now I might be willing to entertain a conversation about, it doesn't look that good. It doesn't look like, you know, it's not standing out. But I think the look is just on point. Like it's not trying to overreach, but it's not so minimal that it's nothing. I think you probably get more compliments from non-bikers on this bike than any of the other motorcycles in the category. Now, if the engine, with all of its lovely torque, little high-end rush, I say little, it's 113 horsepower. It's got the power. If that's the selling point, everything else kind of falls in line after it. The brakes, they are fine. They're not the Brembos of the old Street R, but they do the job. They are a little bit wooden on the first bite, I would say, but more progressive after that. Likewise, the suspension, there's no Öhlins here, but it is Showa, very respectable. Up at the front, we have compression and rebound adjustment, and at the rear, we have preload and rebound as well. I did adjust the preload on my bike today because I found it just a tad soft in the standard trim. But saying that, I did adjust it right before a very nice piece of tarmac and the driest weather we had all day. Before that, I was happy with how soft it was. This bike around town, speed bumps, everything like that, is cushy. It becomes more and more evident as you ride it why it exists and why the Street 77765R doesn't exist. Because this bike is that bit more usable every day, and that is seen in the suspension, in the softness, in the frame flex that you don't really have on the Street Triple, and in the meatiness of the engine that you don't really have in the Street Triple, low down, mid-range. Once we turned up the preload and got the buggy in, it was way more capable than I anticipated. It made me feel more so like a rider than a passenger, but still plenty of power to feel like you're riding the bike and not just kind of along for the ride. And also it doesn't want to snap and kill you. It's not razor sharp, and it's not a bad thing. It is just the way it is. It is a bike, to be a bit cliche, it's an all-rounder, Like, I'd be happy to commute on this. I'd be happy to go to the canyons and rip on it. I'd even be happy to do touring on it, which lends me to the next part. The electronics included, cruise control, self-cancelling indicators. I think the heated grips are an optional extra, but these things on a bike that is sub $10,000, not many bikes that can compete with that, if any. But the electronics are not butting into them. There's like not 6-way traction control and all this. It's 3 levels of traction control. You can adjust them independently of the power mode you're in. Power modes consist of rain, road and sport. The bike will remember what mode you were in if you turn it off and turn it back on again, so there's no fiddling. Although you can turn TC off, the bike won't remember that TC has been turned off. There's not much to gripe about this bike. It handles well. It's great around town. The engine is a peach. The engine could be in a much more expensive bike and it would still be a peach. The electronics are fine, there's enough, there's not too much. Where could you find fault? Maybe, I'm not a big fan of this dash, I know a lot of people aren't, but it gets the job done. It's not too fiddly when it comes to finding what you want. There's plenty of information available. I guess you could make a custom dash that might fit the style a little bit better, but then the price would probably go up, you know? I think when it comes down to it, the price is, it's hard to escape that. Maybe that's the selling point. Like the engine plus the price, it's maybe not a better sub 10 grand bike on the market right now. Maybe some people give out about the exhaust. I won't. I like it. I like the way the kind of muscular energy, I suppose, if you want, for lack of a better description. It's a bit of a brute to look at. Like, it has a bigger tank than the 660. It has the cutouts, but when you're sitting, your leg will actually come right below that. So it feels very nimble beneath you. But as you get off and you turn back, which you will because it's a beautiful bike, it does have that kind of brute roadster energy. So who's the bike for? I'd say it's for most people that use their bikes every day in the city and are not shying away from weekend rips. If the Street Triple was more canyon than street, this is a bit more street than canyon. Just like the Street Triple could do the city more than well, this can absolutely rip on the canyon. You want a hot, sunny day, dry, to test the bike because it's the most fun. But the reality is it's better for you if we get to test them when it's raining and sunny. And that's what we got to do today. And what stood out, apart from the bike's capability in both areas, because it's so smooth from the triple, especially in rain mode, which by the way doesn't cut the power, it just makes the throttle so buttery. The tires, the Michelin Road 6s, they were incredible. They heat up so quickly. The rain was no problem. It was almost deceptive, because you're kind of like, how wet is it? Because the tires aren't giving out. And then once you get on the dry patch, they're just as good. Better even. So fair play to Triumph for fitting the Trident 800 with these tires, because it shows you spend the money where it really matters. I know tires are going to be changed eventually, but it shows what the bike is for. It's for everyday use. It's going to be ridden in the rain. It's going to be ridden in the towns. It's going to be ridden quick on the, B roads, canyons, what have you. And these tires are for all of that. Finishing it up, Triumph has essentially purposefully left a gap in their own naked lineup. So now they have the 400s full up, you've got the 660, Street Triple RS, and you have the Speed Triple RS. And now you have the Trident 800. So does it fill the gap left by the Street Triple? I mean, it's not a like for like, that would be pointless, but it fills the space better than keeping the Street Triple. So hats off to Triumph. Read the full article, okay? It's going to be in the description below. Cheers.